What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Nightmare Frontier. This is a game from the developers of Rogue Waters that sort of takes all of those mechanics that they had in the previous game and then repackages them into a gas lamp horror universe where you are a group of cowboys and like carnival performers and random barroom brawlers that are stranded inside a post-apocalyptic city after eldritch monsters and critters from antiquity have all taken over. Antiquity and mythology. It's a game about scooping as much loot as you can, hedging your bets, and seeing how far you can get into the city before everything falls apart and you all die from greed. We had a chance to check this game out in demo format some time ago, but now that the game's actually out and officially on sale, I figured I would update my thoughts about the game because it's had several major patches and it's got another major content release coming out in the next couple days. So if after watching this you wanted to check out the early access for Nightmare Frontier, I've got a link for you down below in the description. I have found this game to be a lot of fun. Just like Rogue Waters surprised me, this game is weirdly addictive. Like, it's not without its flaws, but you can tell that they really latched on to something good with Rogue Waters because it works in this game just as well and makes you want to do one more run just to see how far you can go. So here we are inside the game map. I've got a couple of maps unlocked, but let me introduce you to the cast before we do anything else. So you find characters inside the ruined Wild West city that you're going to extract with you. They all do different stuff, and so like this guy right here, they've all got different perks, for example. They've got different things that will happen. You can check what those are going to do by going in and taking a look at what these guys have going on. I'm going to swap in my other sniper. Does he increase the chance that we get Wendigos? I need to unequip him too. Let me take all the loot off him real fast so that I can re-equip this guy very quickly with other stuff that's going to be useful. He's got the 2 rifles. I would prefer that he have like burning immunity boots. I'm going to give him a nail bomb that he can play around with because this guy has a special ability that stacks with enemies that are bleeding. This guy right here. So we've got different classes. If we go to our quarters, I've got gamblers, I've got choppers, I've got gunslingers, I've got sharpshooters, I've got brawlers. All you really need to know is that all of these characters can equip different items and they play in different ways. If you never played Rogue Waters before, this game is just like Rogue Waters. It's a game about pushing and pulling enemies around to get bonus damage and accumulate bonus turns via killing enemies so that you can create these giant chain reactions that allow you to wipe the entire battlefield in one go. And the things that you equip on these guys are going to determine how efficient you are at getting that done. I don't think I'm going to give him the smoke bomb. Instead, I'm going to give him the beans so that he can heal himself, I guess. Honestly, like, a hand grenade would not be the worst idea ever, just to put a little bit of damage on there. But I'm not a huge fan of the dynamite because it uses up an action, and all you get in this game is one movement and one action. But before I get bogged down in the weeds, I think I'm just going to check and see what we've got going on here. So we've got gun spiders, manifolds. Manifolds are kind of annoying. I don't know if I want manifolds to be in this. We can bring a different guy and see what we get out. Everybody has like a certain monster that they increase the chance of spawning while they're inside the game. And so like there are certain monsters that are not very well balanced in this game. And I'm trying to avoid the ones that are unbalanced because they make things annoying. So with what we have on hand here, I think this will work. Let me make sure that all my equipment's in the right spot because I've been moving people around a lot before recording this video. So I wanted to make sure that like everybody's in a position that they should be before we go any further. I will upgrade his gun before we leave. That way he gets Duelist. I think what Duelist does is that he takes a shot at anybody in line of sight after they perform an attack, so if he's out of position but he's got good line of sight, it should work out okay. As a supplementary item, we'll probably just give him a hand grenade, I guess. That sounds good. And then hopefully we pick up some more loot for him along the way. There we go. I got some movement boots for him that I can throw on there. Give him the level 2 hand grenade instead of the level 1 hand grenade. Alright, I will take you into the slums and hopefully we have a good time with this thing. I think this should be reasonably decently easy, but like things can go randomly wrong in this game that are really hard to predict. Our first set of fights, we can get a handgun holster, or we can get a chopper, or we can get a smoke bomb. We can also get +1 range damage, which is pretty spicy. I want that, but the handgun holster would be nice for my gunslinger's torso. That way he can bring 2 guns along with him. They're bugged right now, So keep that in mind, is that like, so on my sniper, I'll give you an example. My sniper has 2 rifles equipped. The intent here is that through his rifle holster, he could fire 1 sniper shot, then on the next turn fire another sniper shot, when usually he only gets 1 per turn, 1 per fight. But unfortunately it's bugged right now. The developers admitted to it at the end of January on the forums. I'm guessing that the fix for that is going to be deployed with the big patch that's coming in a couple of days. But for right now, you can only use different distinct weapons inside of a holster rather than duplicates, but it's not intended that way. They've said that, you know, it's a bug. Let's get the handgun holster. I think that's the biggest upgrade that we can possibly get right now. And inside battle. So inside battle in this game, you get 1 action and you get 1 movement. That's the entire shtick of the game. And really, the one wrinkle that you have in that formula is that if a character kills an enemy, they get a bonus turn. 1 more action that can be used on anything on your bar that you want. And so the entire game is all about playing billiards with the enemy and trying to arrange it such that you get kills on the right turn where you can do something fantastic and kill like 3 enemies in 1 turn. That's really what you're trying to line up. I'm not very good at tactical stuff, so I tend to screw it up while I'm playing the game, but that's the intent. Let's deploy our guys. We've got 2 Wendigos and we've got 2 gun spiders. The Wendigos, they are melee brawlers that push and pull you around. The gun spiders take 1 shot for 1 damage at anybody that's in line of sight at the beginning of their turn, basically. And so, oh, well, Duelist right there might work if we can get him into it. Can he shoot them in the back? Oh, didn't mean to push that. That was an accident. Well, that's okay. We've got an undo button. He can't hit the ones in the back, so it may actually be worth contemplating that he try to do something interesting there. Let's start with our sniper, since he's got the most interesting ability set. So what I'm thinking here is we start out with a dynamite to like those guys right there, or maybe these 2 right here so that we can kill them a little bit easier. Let's chuck a dynamite right there. It's what we've got for this turn. You get into high cover after you do that. And then for you, if I push him back into fire, he will indeed die, which I think is helpful. We also have a knife stab over here as his special ability. Let's push him back into fire. Every melee attack in this game has like a follow-up. There we go. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. I can push the Wendigo back with that, or I can move over to here, and we can maybe do something interesting on this side. I think if I can cut through like a so. Yeah, I think that kind of works out. We can do that right there to ping-pong him off the wall. And then I can take a sniper shot at him, which will instantly one-tap him, which then means I can't get anybody into high cover, but I can gather that Nightmare Essence right there. Nightmare Essence is useful when you collect it. You can consume it to heal your wounds, get rid of status effects, push back enemies, or if it lasts till the end of the fight, it just converts into metagame currency. Whatever you want to do with it. Can I throw a nail bomb over there? Oh yeah, throw a nail bomb over there then. Why not? Perfect. And our first fight went flawlessly without taking any damage. I will take that. We get a list of loot at the end. Let's go ahead and throw it all into the saddlebags, and then we will go on to our next fight. Over here we get fireproof boots. I don't care about those, so I'm probably just gonna like disenchant them or like break them down later on. Can I put that anywhere? Like, I wish I could carry that with me, but I guess that I can't. I don't have any other handguns to equip right now, so not the most useful thing to go on in. Let's take our next fight. Hopefully this goes well without us taking too much damage. What do we have here? Crispy Pete. He's got backfire. What does backfire do? Burning to units that get pushed into it and does not receive push damage. Okay, so we're going to have to take him out early with the sniper, I think is what we're looking at here. So I need the sniper to be in a position such that he can make a shot on that guy. I think our best course of action is to put him right there, to put a sniper right there, and maybe to put the gunslinger right there is kind of what I like the look of. Like, these early deployments are kind of important. So we'll drop him in right there. And obviously we're going to use our sniper shot on the first turn to get rid of that guy because he's the biggest liability. Like, he changes things around tactically for us the most. This guy, unfortunately, can move to adjacency right there. He's quite quick and spry. So we've got things to think about on this side before we go any further. Let me see if I wish that he had deployed one further forward so that I could kind of like shiv this guy up, because we don't have any movement to play around with right now. I'll probably go... Well, to get rid of the gun spider and to stop him from spiraling a whole bunch of damage on me, I think I kind of have to get busy with him right there. His overcoming is not going to get used this turn, which sucks. Like, you don't really want to underutilize your overcoming. I'll throw a bleed on him, I suppose, just to get him started off with some extra damage. And then to avoid like a nasty push on this side, I'm going to move him. So where can this guy move to? Pretty much everywhere we want to go, this guy can move to. That was a mistake. Let's not do that. Let's go back over here. I got to throw the bomb again because I clicked it twice. There we go. I do like the amount of undos and things the game gives you, though, to really think about your turn and do something interesting. I'll move him over to this side. He's immune to fire because he has fireproof boots, which is always nice. For you... He might die of bleeding on his turn. I don't know when bleeding calculates. Actually, that knocks him in right there, which makes life easier, so just kill him off. He's going to take 1 damage because he can move into position right there. The good news is there's no knockback in play, which will help out a bit. So for you, I'd like to think about what I'm going to do here, but I kind of need him to get into position. Knife this dude up. There you go. That'll work. Now that he's knifed up, I can knock him back that way. I don't feel confidently about knocking him back that way. But what I may be able to do here is something like that where I spear him. Which means that I kind of need him to be able to get over to there. Which is not going to happen, unfortunately. He can get over to here, but there's no obstruction right there. Bring you back over to here. And then on this side, I might be able to do something zesty, but I can't tell. No, I don't think any zestiness is in our future right now. It does not feel zesty at the moment. So, like, I'm going to stab you with a knife. There's a way that this works. I know that there's a way that this works. But that's kind of the genius of this title, is that very, very frequently there are ways that all of this stuff works in order to make this thing happen. Yeah, there it is right there. Perfect. I was going to say, dude, there's a way to make this fight go the way that I want it to go, and I just needed to be able to see it right there. But as you can see, it's very snappy, very rapid fight. The fights in this game do not dither. They are open and closed inside of about 1.5 minutes, depending on how much you have to sit and think about what you want to do next. We did get fireproof boots right there, but I legitimately do not care about the fireproof boots. Let's go rescue a survivor very rapidly, because they'll get added to our roster, and this game has kind of another hook inside of it that I think is very, very interesting, and it's that inside this game, it's a tag team match, just like in Rogue Waters, so you can only deploy 3 guys at a time, but if you rescue 7 guys, you will have 7 guys down here, and as one of them dies, you can bring in another one and redeploy him to get a free turn in order to jump in on the fight. I very much like the tag team sort of Marvel versus Capcom thing that the game does. It makes me incredibly happy. I'll probably... I don't know how I want to deploy here. We got a lot of Wendigos and stuff around. We also have a lot of gun spiders, which are really going to be the problem that we have to contend with. That guy does a bite and increases our nightmare level by 1. Yeah, I would prefer that our nightmare level not go up any higher. It's already kind of high for where we're at. We do have an attack lined up right there that should do something interesting, I think. So I'll put you right there, I'll put you right there, and we only get these 3 guys on this opening turn. For you, I know what I want you to do, and there are ways to do it. That will push them backwards right there, but we won't score a kill, and I need 2 damage to score the kill. A hand grenade feels pretty positive right there, I think. So let's do the hand grenade. If I move you over to here, he gets the free hit right there. That's going to push him back, but if I do the hit on you, that does give us a kill, which I like the sound of. So push him back. He's now dead. I think knifing him may be more effective here. No, I don't think it will, actually. Okay, do that. Not a bad turn. I will absolutely take that. How far can he move? He can move to that corner, or he can move over here. He's not in cover, I think, if I fire from right here. So I think I can snipe him out right this second. There we go. That gets us our kill. And then I think we're going to take 1 damage, but that's not that bad. It could be worse. Oh, we're going to take 2 damage because he's got the AoE swipe. All right, well, that's my fault for not committing that to memory. Let's punch this guy up. Keep our move to scoot back after that go. Come over to here, and then just sucker punch a bitch in the face. Dude, we punched that guy, we punched that Wendigo so hard that his booty hole blood fell out, bro. That's an ass whooping right there, dude. If you get punched so hard that your booty hole's linking, the old sphincter just starts dropping fluids everywhere. Man, that's a whooping. Now, we've got a choice we can make. We can lower our nightmare level by 4, or we can heal everybody for 1. We also want to look on the track where that's going to allow us to be at. So if we wanted to extract early, we could come to this side. But we're not that far in right now. Let's take the full party heal, I think. Well, we can double up on getting our nightmare pressure down, which will lower the amount of spawns that we get. You know, I think so we're getting 2 health back, but we got to fight like 4 battles in a row if we go that way. Taking 1 battle right here feels a lot better to me, so long as we can keep our nightmare level babysat, I should think. Unfortunately, this is kind of a rough grid. We can push him back into fire. We've also got the Gnar over here, though, and he needs to go. The gun spider is definitely a concern, too. Let's plop you down right there, plop you down right there, and we'll kind of just figure out how we want to do this. I'm going to look at it for a second. The game is really generous, though, in allowing you to redeploy and do all that kind of stuff. Knock him back over to there, and then you got the knife stab. That's what was going to do it. Get the gun spider real fast so I don't even have to look at him anymore. And then over here, we're just going to blow our sniper shot early. And then we're going to gun him down right in broad daylight. Yup, big iron, big iron. We got a gun out of that, but I don't really need the gun, so I don't really care about it. Continue lowering the nightmare level so that we have no nightmare pressure. We'll go up to here, and we're actually going to continue and skip through that and come up to get another survivor. If I can get another fighting party member, that would also be really fantastic. Wesley McHex. All right. So looking at what I've got here with the layout, we definitely want somebody on this side. He's already over there. We're going to want somebody on this side, too, to stack up the damage. So give me the sniper right there. Give me the brawler right there. And I think the brawler is going to be the important part of this. So you move over to this side. Bust both of them up. Brawler, come over here. Free knife stab's good. Definitely take that. With a shotgun blast, that is going to knock him back, but not enough to do what I want to do. And not enough to score the kill right there either, unless I use my shank ability. I guess we can shivity shank him up. Yeah, that actually works real well. I didn't know exactly what my plan... Oh, there's a gun spider over there, dude. I didn't even see him. Oh, no. Okay, well, we cleared the field decently well enough. 2 of our guys are behind high cover. He's gonna get shot in the face, though. And I don't think there's much I can do about that. Throw a shrapnel bomb on him, just so we have some outgoing damage before we decide what we're gonna do next. But I think his pistol is gonna be really required. Oh, he's got... Wait. Does Wesley have the knife? Hold on, just let him take his turn. Yeah, he took the 1 damage just like expected, but for each move he took a bleed. So we are out of there, but unfortunately we took a damage and accumulated it along the way, which keeping damage on the D-low is typically what you're trying to do. We can get 1 fighting scavenger, which I think will be nice. Where's our next evac after this? So we're going to have to cut right now if we want to evac early. But we get +1 HP right there. Give me another fighting scavenger. We get a rifle holster from that. We'll get a +1 to everybody heal right there. And because our nightmare level is low, I think we should have less enemies on the field from here on out. So it shouldn't be that bad. I think we'll be all right. So we've got a lot of enemies on the battlefield right now. However, they were generous, and they did give us a lot of high cover over here to avoid the gun spiders. So he's going to have to maneuver around if he wants to accomplish anything. I would say give me a sniper over here. He'll pull over this way, and he'll fire at that guy with the sniper rifle to kill him off. And then with 4 fighters right now, what do I want to do? Give me another sniper over here to kill the other gun spider, because that's going to be the thing that's pressuring us more than anything else. Get behind high cover over there as just kind of like a peekaboo to mess with these guys. Maybe even go a little bit closer, and I'll adjust you if I need to. Opening positioning, very important in this game. You move over to there, and we'll snipe him down. And that's going to be our opening kill. You take a sniper shot at the gun spider, because he's the only thing dictating our strategy right now and essentially telling us what we have to and what we don't have to do. I would love to run up and knife this guy, but he doesn't really have any obstacles or anything around him that I can knock him into. Let's go for a gunshot on him, because that's going to lower his damage by 1. Just in case by some miracle he can get up on one of our guys. And then we're going to fall back over here. Oh, nope, undo that. We'll gather the Nightmare Essence while we're over here. We might as well get some metagame currency before we go any further. Oh, he adds Nightmare Pressure per turn. Alright. Wendigo's doing his thing too. I'd prefer to keep the Nightmare Pressure down as much as possible, but don't think it's going to be manageable for right now. I do wish that cover was destroyable with stuff like dynamite and whatnot too. That would be crazy awesome. Shoot him. He can get into position right there, but he's going to eat up the movement slot if he does it. Actually, I've got a kill right there. I'll take it. So he's going to get the knife stab. Yeah, knife stab will do it. And now with overcoming, I can't reach with my shotgun at all. But I can heal one of my guys with the Nightmare Essence. Yeah, just heal up real quick, because I think you're going to take a damage right there anyways. You've got fireproof boots, don't you? Yeah, you got fireproof boots, so move over to there. Put a bleeding bomb on him, so that I think when he moves, he takes bleeding damage. Which should whittle him down a bit before he gets to us. And then you move so that if there's a knockback or whatever in play, we don't end up taking a bunch of bonus damage. Oh, he healed himself. Rotten little bastard. Okay. Well, I can push him back by 1. And that'll work. There we go. I knew we had the solution around somewhere, and that we would make the whole thing happen. But we got another rifle holster, which is nice, if the rifle holster actually worked, which unfortunately it does not. That's actually, it's kind of a bummer that that doesn't work, because that would be an absolutely huge upgrade to my party. Let's go get everybody 1 HP back. We will get the boom shine over here, and then we'll go pick up another survivor, I think, before we dive too much further. And what are we looking at here? Bit of ugliness. The condensed nature of the enemy right here is really what's going to stress this situation out. So I do think that this is a dual sniper fight, and I don't see many ways out of that. I also think that the brawler is going to be somewhat integral to this all working, and I think he needs to be right there if we want this to happen the way that it's going to happen. And then it's up in the air. I don't really care if we have a gambler or if we have a gunslinger on the field. Feels sorta irrelevant, to be honest. Can he make that shot from where he's at? I need him to make that shot. You go right there. Okay. So on our opener, what can we do here? We can do 2 damage to him. I definitely think that's our play. He's still got a pistol shot hanging tight. Get the gun spider first and foremost, I think. If I move you to there, which direction is he going to knock in? Because the direction he knocks in is going to dictate what I do next. He only has a shotgun blast net left, and he's already moved. He's got a sniper shot left. Technically, I can move over there, sniper shot him, who still has movement. Okay, so let's move over to here. We will snipe shot that dickweed so that he has been eliminated and is now up out of my business. If I push him over to there, I do think that works in a way that will be nice. He's also got a hit that he can do. Go over there. And let's see what a push does right here. The melee damage modifier is going to suck a little bit and is not something that I'm in love with, but it did clinch that fight right there. And the game is very contemplative. Like, it's a game where you have to learn to think in terms of how the game works. So Boomshine is just going to be a Molotov cocktail. It creates a fire hazard. All right, and I'm guessing upgrading that is going to increase the size of the fire field so that you can kind of trap people in there. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I can live with that. Let's keep pushing forward. We got to rescue another survivor over here. And what did we get? We got another gunslinger. Okay, we're going to want to play this one close to the shoulder because they've got a gun spider back there. So I think most of our gameplay is probably going to happen from behind this building on this side. I don't think we can make that happen otherwise because he's completely and totally covered right now as far as gunfire goes. I will put a guy right there. Put a guy right there. Double sniper. Just a very strong combo in this game. I don't want to start out too far back, but I do want him close enough that he can run back behind cover if he needs to. So we really only need the sniper shot for the Gnar. Go ahead and put a bullet into him. Oh, did he come with a boomshine? Oh, he came with a boomshine. Well, that'll be good. Get him with a shiv right there. Shivings are good in this context. We'll knock him the hell out. You get a bonus move, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it because I'm trying to bait this gun spider back over here. Limiting damage is about 100% of this game's strategy. You just do not want damage going out anywhere that it doesn't need to go out. Nail bomb's going to get them bleeding so that if they try to move in order to get their line of sight, they will take damage, and then we'll just pass our turn, and we're just going to bait these idiots out. Okay, there's the damage. He's going to heal it off. However, the gun spider was what I was more interested in right there. And now the gun spider is in line of sight. So this is when we're going to go big time ham hog mode. You go first. All right. We're going to shiv this guy. Shotgun blast is going to hurt him up pretty good. What about that? Okay, so like let's play with it for a second. If I throw, yeah, it's only got one tile right there. So get the Gnar right there. And then you battle your way through. There's the free turn. There's another free turn. And bam, bam, bomb. Another one bites the dust. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we like to get it done out here in the streets, man. And we've got ourselves another person that we can draft just in case. How much further does this go? It looks like it goes pretty damn far. All right. Well, we can get plus 3 HP to a random unit, but we can get a coach axe gun. We can get a prospector's backpack. What does a prospector's backpack do? We don't really know. Or we can get a grappling hook, and I've got a feeling I know what that does. Okay. Let's go straight up and in, I think. And looking at okay, so like what are they doing out here? I mean, he's got to go opening turn. So sniper, you be over there. Oh no, dude, my extra deployment's gone. Well, that's a bummer. I wish that it was not gone. I do wish that the deployment stayed back here and you could put guys into it to actively like hot swap out guys on the fly, Marvel vs. Capcom style. Shee, that'd be my stuff right there. We're gonna need a knockback over here, I think. So give me a gunslinger and give me a brawler, and we'll see if that works out for us. They've got kind of like a tight little grid right now going on. So the first thing I need you to do is we need to figure out line of sight for the gun spider back there. And the good news is with undos and whatnot, it should not be that difficult to figure out. They've also got themselves pretty tightly stacked for a nail bomb, which is good stuff. We'll take that. You... There's not really any knockbacks or things that I can do right now. So in order to clinch a kill, I'm going to have to get creative. He's going to take the free knife swipe over there. You do that. Knife swipe's not going to do it right there. We can do something like that and then get him with a shotgun blast, maybe. I think we're going to take a damage, but can't really be helped. That's going to lower his melee damage by 1, so it should be all right. And then we'll just let him rock back on in. Oh, never mind. Nightmare level. Okay. So this guy right here, as I recall correctly, takes no push damage, right? And you get lit on fire if you get knocked into him. Good to know. Knife his ass. Shotgun his ass. Perfect. And we're out of here. What does a backpack do? Oh, you get an extra pocket item. Yo, that's foul. That's actually pretty good. Okay, I'll take that. Get me into my inventory real fast. So you take another pocket item. We don't really have pocket items right now. This is going to be more useful on the next run than it is right now. Oh, he put on a backpack. That's nice. Well, there was nothing I could put together that was even remotely interesting for what we're putting together right there, but the Coach Axe Gun, that sounds like a new type of shotgun. I would like to have a new type of shotgun. We're really pushing on this run, dude. Oof, until this round. Okay. Yikes. They're really crunched up on us right now. This is problematic. I don't know what I want to do right here. The spider's got to go. Like, I suppose I could fight from a corner and just kind of stay out of the way. But let's go double sniper on this one. I may live to regret this decision. Double sniper is like a balls to the wall sort of play that I don't know if it's going to work out. But if I snipe you like straight off the rip and then we push in like so, I can punch you in the face. Yeah, I don't mind what just happened right there. Push him back into a corner. Then I figure my other sniper, he's gonna get chewed on a little bit this turn. I can't really change that. I could throw a firebomb on him, but like, I feel like I misplayed. That's what I feel like. You gun him down, I suppose. Nightmare level's gonna go a little bit nutty here from killing those guys off. Throw a firebomb on top of him so that he's burning. And then how far can he move? To right there. All right, fall back. They're going to raise my nightmare level by 2, so we may get some more spawns, but it can't really be helped. We're sort of out of options for the moment. Yeah, there's the bite right there. Okay. Well, my sniper took a damage, but my sniper should have lined up for something to happen right here, I think. And then if we punch him into the fire, we should be out of here. So what does that do? An axe gun, an uncommon shotgun. Shoots targets in the designated area and is blocked. Oh, you can also use it as a hatchet. That's nice. Take everything. I need like a shotgun bandolier now for my brawler. That's what I need, so he can have both of these different shotguns together. For now, that's just like flatly better than what we have, because he can use it as an extra melee attack too. So that does 2 melee damage right there, which is better than the 1 you get out from pushing, and it allows you to maintain your spacing on the battlefield, just in case you don't want to follow through. So, like, it gives us some tactical options. We've got Jack April's single barrel right there. We've got Donkey Boots on that side. Man, this thing going, dude. One of these tiles is going to turn blue, and we're starting to get, like, the really, really good stuff. I think I'm going to make for evac, actually. I think we'll bail out right here after we get the single barrel. Oh, okay. You guys are all up in my business right now. I hate everything about this. Oof. So I'm gonna need somebody to be behind high cover. Actually, no, you can move behind high cover. I don't know if double sniper's the better play here, or if I should go with, like, gunslinger. Let's go gunslinger right there and brawler right there. And we're just gonna give this some thought. So I need you to, like, double knife right there. Buckshot with a pushback would work, but I would need him to scoot. Oh, no, I don't, actually. Yeah, let's go for the buckshot blast then. Wow, what a great ability. I'll take that. And then he just got nerfed, which is fantastic. You squeeze off a shot. Oh, I hit the wrong thing. Undo. Undo, my boy. Undo. There's our gunshot. We can clinch the kill right there and get a secondary shot, but I don't know if it's wise. They have a lot of shooters in the backfield right now. I'm gonna kill one of them right now. That way I only need to pay attention to that one. He's got the fireproof botas, but that's gonna eat his move. You go grab that real quick in case I need to heal. And let's say that you move over to here. Would you be able to throw the bomb on him? Oh, it's already occupado. Okay. Well, then that's not gonna work. Let's not do that then. Oh, I grabbed the wrong sniper. This one doesn't have the fireproof boots, man. Alright, well, I think it's only if you stop in the fire. You actually take, like, a penalty. We'll do that right there. Throw a bomb at them. How far can he move? Not far enough. Let's make it such that if he tries to go that way, maybe he'll get punished with a fire hazard. And then we'll pull our guys back over to here. I was a little worried about that. Oh, he didn't shoot him. All right, I expected him to shoot him, but I guess that's just the way that it goes. You're on fire right now. I need to deal with this situation before too long. I think that'll do it. Yeah, that should, I think, line us up with a little bit of loving, touching, squeezing on the enemy. Es possible that we're going to lose a guy here. Although who we're going to lose, difficult to say. Maybe I can bait the AI into shooting this guy if I leave him out of cover, because he doesn't have line of sight right there. No, AI's too smart. Okay, well, the AI decided to be us smarty pants. Let's just put in our other sniper and we'll finish this real quick. It's not going to matter that those guys died. They don't die permanently or anything else like that. As long as you survive the fight, you should be in good shape. The single barrel removes horror status and gives you immunity till the end of the fight. Okay. Haven't played around too much with the fear system. It's getting overhauled in the next patch, so it doesn't really matter. But not a terrible run. I'll take that. Let's return to the city map. I think that'll work out. And so once you get back to town, it's going to tabulate all the stuff that you accumulated during that run. Then we're going to be able to go back, upgrade a holster with Nightmare Essence. Okay. I mean, I think I have holsters around here. Yeah, I'll update that one right there. Oh, you get an extra HP. That's nice. I'll take that. Yeah, give him that extra HP right there. The game does give you goals and things that advance the storyline. The game does have a narrative, and as you do the little objectives that it gives you in between runs, it will start to unlock new mechanics. It will give you, more storyline context or whatever else that takes you further on into the game. But really what we want to do right now is we actually want to make sure that we are salvaging and that we are upgrading things. And so what do I have a lot of duplicates of? I am absolutely not going to need like 100 different pairs of boots. I'm not going to need that. We will also get rid of the single barrel over here. I might get rid of both of the single barrel malts in all honesty. Like, liquor may interfere with our ability to do a good job out here. And then you can upgrade your gear to different tiers. They will get new abilities that increase your tactical viability. So some things, like that shotgun that I noticed on our brawler, that feels like a very early upgrade to me. You can also upgrade basically anything that you can equip on your characters can get upgraded. You can be immune to dung. What does this one do right here? So what's his next ability? Gonna let the unit pushed by this attack is stopped by an obstacle. The remaining distance is taken as damage. Okay, so they also take like an extra damage from being pushed around. Definitely feels like something that we're going to want right there, so I'll upgrade that. And this is the core gameplay loop right here. You go in, you go as far as you possibly can with battles that are mentally stimulating. You bring out some parts, you upgrade some things, and then you go back to do it again. From my observation, having played now for a couple of hours, I think, I think the characters themselves should also be a bit more customizable. I would like it if each of the character classes had a skill tree or something that you could use some of these resources on in order to like upgrade various aspects of them, and then it'd be cool if there was wild card slots inside of it that sort of plays into the Wild West vibe that they're going, like the poker table vibe that they're going for. There would be wild slots where they get a random perk from a different class inside their tree, so that you actually have to look at these guys that you're recruiting and being like, oh my god, this is like a god tier recruit, bro. I gotta get this guy. But other than that, a pretty tight, pretty concise game that's fairly enjoyable. Most of the stuff that I didn't like about it is just like bugs or like weird rigging and animation things that they have going on with the characters, missing sound effects for some enemy things that they do, like the Wendigos roar every now and again, but it doesn't make a sound or anything else like that make the game feel cheap. I think I mentioned most of the other things as I was playing, but that's about it. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day, so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, it was Nightmare Frontier. Tomorrow it'll be something else. Sorry about the missing videos this week. YouTube's been messed up, and it won't take my uploads. I'm trying to upload every single day. I have material to upload every single day, but for example, this morning, I went to upload my video at like 9 a.m. when I got up, and at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the video was still processing. YouTube just kind of shitting the bed right now, so keep that in mind, is that they appear to be having back-end problems that have been persisting for days. I'm going to try to work around it by uploading before I go to bed, I think, just because we're missing so many videos lately that I'm starting to feel like a slacker, even though it's not my fault. But that's why videos have been missing, is just due to the fact that YouTube won't take my uploads right now. I try to put the coin in the slot, but it just falls right back out the bottom. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for hanging out with me.